there's a complete disconnect between people's values and the political outcomes that they are seeing, the legislative outcomes that they are seeing, your governance. Your values and your governance are completely disconnected. That's intentional. We have in this country, and particularly in this state, this mythology of democracy where people still kind of believe that the man on the street has an opinion that matters and has some sort of impact upon what the law is going to be and how it's going to be implemented. Nothing could be further from the truth. Everything is set up to either ignore you or compel you. Your feedback is often not solicited. We've seen plenty of examples of that in the last legislative session. And to the extent that it's offered unsolicited, has no impact, has no traction, makes no difference.
Did you find that demoralizing? Was it a surprise to you, just kind of how maybe powerless you were at times?
The word I think that best encapsulates it is clarifying. I found it clarifying because I think a lot of us operate with this kind of instinctive suspicion and this kind of instinctive cynicism regarding the status quo of politics generally. But we don't necessarily know why or what the underlying driving force is. And so that's kind of like the fertile soil from which conspiracy theories and things pop up. But when you get that insider view and you actually see how the sausage is made, you get back in the kitchen and see how they roll up the burritos. You realize that one of the axioms that pop into mind is never attribute to malice what can be explained by stupidity. There's a certain extent to which this is just people being people doing what people do. But at the same time, there are institutional forces. They're not secret. They're not hidden. It's not a conspiracy in the sense of being in the shadows. They're right out in the open with what their agenda and focus is. And their purpose is to mute you. And sometimes quite literally, but to kind of suppress the extent to which your views, your norms, your traditions, your culture, your values have any sort of meaningful expression in the public square.